San Juan Regional Medical Center is your community hospital, committed to making life better for the communities we are privileged to serve. In fact, better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. What matters most to our patients matters most to us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so you can get the quality care you need right here at home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, celebrating life better here since 1910. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM, over the air, of course, here in San Juan County, New Mexico. Everywhere else, of course, streaming at KSJE.com. And we welcome our viewers who are watching this visual radio program. It is streaming live this morning out to the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. We're glad that you are with us this morning, everybody, because coming up in the next few moments, we're going to be talking about a new organization, relatively new organization in the community, Sasha's Rainbow of Hope Coalition, and all the things they are doing this month and beyond. They have a lot of big plans. We'll talk more about that with two of the three co-founders who are here with me in the studio, so stay tuned for that conversation beginning in the next few moments this morning here on KSJE. Then later on this morning, we'll be checking in with Karen Bayless from the Regional Animal Shelter Foundation about a new program to help adopt more animals from the shelter this week. So we'll give you the details on that coming up later on about 8:45 today on KSJE. And then, of course, at 8:50 a.m., it is our Monday Reboot program when we talk technology. Lewis Campbell will be joining me here on the radio, so join us for that later on this hour on KSJE. Next hour, of course, our classical music program, Roving with the Arts. Mick Hess will be here and playing music from composer, and I have forgotten his name already. Isn't that terrible? I didn't write it down. But he is showing us and playing music from this gentleman, a composer that you see on the screen right there. We'll hear more, and he'll explain it more to me coming up next hour here on KSJE. Don't forget, you can also connect with us on our Instagram page, in addition to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And if you're a podcast person, we invite you to check out KSJE Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. You can subscribe for free and check out a program that maybe you missed here on the radio. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, currently sunshine and 67 degrees on this Monday morning. The winds are expected to pick up. They're currently coming out at about 9 miles per hour. They'll pick up again today. We could see gusts up to 50 miles per hour this afternoon, and that means some areas of blowing dust are possible. So be aware of that if you're on the roads. 93 with sunshine and windy conditions today in Farmington. Windy tonight with a low of 61. It'll be sunny and not as windy tomorrow and a bit cooler with a high of 84 on Tuesday. Sunshine and 90 on Wednesday, back up to 97 on Thursday, and maybe some monsoon moisture coming into the forecast beginning later this week. Take a look. Maybe some chances for rain showers with highs around 90 on Friday, lower 80s on Saturday, upper 70s with some showers maybe in the forecast on Sunday. Well, let me introduce my guests who are here with me this morning, as I mentioned, from the relatively new organization, Sasha's Rainbow of Hope Coalition. Two of the co-founders who are here with me in the studio. Jared Basinger is here. Jared, good morning. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Good to have you here. And also joining us, another one of the co-founders, Kira Tichet. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Good morning, Scott, and thank you for having us.
You bet. Great to have you both here this morning, and happy Pride Month to both of you.
Thank you.
And to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's talk about this new organization and kind of what you hope it brings to our community. You're both, as I mentioned, two of the three co-founders, and so tell me a little bit about how all this came about. How long has the organization been in existence, Jared?
We came about with several ideas. We developed our organization on February 24th of this year. Kara and I and Ryan got together, and we just all three of us just felt like there was a need for our community. Our LGBT QIA community here in San Juan County, there are not very many resources available. And so we wanted to bring that about here in San Juan County. And so we definitely enjoy doing that for our community.
All right. Kira, talk to me a little bit about your involvement, and you also have a little bit of a connection to the name.
I do. As you said, my name is Kira Taché. I am the co-founder and program director of Sasha's Rainbow of Hope. I am also Sasha's widow.
Sasha was your partner.
That is correct.
And so the name comes from her.
Yes.
And that was one thing that she really wanted to kind of do in the community, right?
Yes, she had a dream to help all people to do better in life, to end homelessness, to end drug abuse, to end mental health, depression, suicide attempts. And I am trying to carry on her dream in honor of her, and as well as for the community, because there are far too many people out there that don't realize that it really does get better.
True. We hear that a lot, but it deserves repeating, I think, because I think a lot of folks sometimes don't always remember that when they're in a very low point in their lives. And so it's important to keep repeating that, don't you think?
Absolutely. And with Sasha's Rainbow of Hope, we hope to give them an outlet, someone to talk to, someone that understands, that has both been there and has found their way back. And we're hoping that this will give them a chance to hopefully find a better way.
True, very true. And so you're relatively new, as you mentioned. You started in February.
Yes, that is correct.
And you are working on, like any new organization, setting up some of the things that need to be set up, but you're hopefully going to eventually be operating as a nonprofit.
That is correct.
Okay. And so, and then you want to serve as kind of a referral source to resources in the community. That's what we were talking about before we came on the air this morning, correct?
That is correct. We definitely want to be able to be the outlet, like Kira mentioned before, and we want to direct people to any type of resource that specifically deals with suicide awareness, suicide prevention, that deals with mental health. We definitely want to be able to send our youth that are just coming out of the closet, that possibly are getting kicked out of their home. We want a safe haven for them so that they will be able to understand, a little bit about who they are, what direction they need to take, and have a safe haven for them to feel comfortable and, just to know that they're not alone. And that coming out of the closet doesn't have to be a huge transition. It can be comfortable and directed. And, unfortunately, in this community, there are youth, trans, male and female, who don't have anywhere to go, that don't have the education possibly to understand what they're going through. Maybe there's some confusion about gender identity or fluidity, and we want to be able to have them feel safe and welcome and loved, because they are loved. They may not feel that way because they've been kicked out of their home, or not being able to be accepted. I grew up in San Juan County, and when I came out of the closet, there was no type of resource. I was deathly afraid of coming out. My parents were both LDS, and I had a struggle as a young man. Do I give in to who I know who I am, or do I hide myself because my religion unfortunately does not accept me?
Understood. And so you feel there's a need then for an organization like this that can help other teens or young people like yourself if they're making that decision. And it seems like the country and even the community has come a little bit forward, maybe since that time in your life. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree. I couldn't even imagine at the age of 16 coming out of the closet and having the ability to be married to my spouse. We haven't been married yet, but that is a possibility. And when I came out of the closet, the acceptance wasn't there, and we've come a long way.
We have come a long way. And it's still an emotional thing to talk about, as we can hear in your voice, of just how far maybe we have come.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just amazed. I never thought that we would be where we're at today, and we still have a long way to go. There's still stigma, negative attitudes towards, especially the transgender community. The two-spirited traditional Native Americans, and we want to be able to start educating and change that.
Right. And I was going to say, I think that's maybe part of this, is maybe education that can maybe help and come a long way, bring us a long way to maybe help other folks who maybe are confused or don't understand where some of this is coming from, or how to interact with a transgender person and how to understand where they're coming from, is maybe in an education type of way. Carrie, what would you say about that?
As a transgender person, when I came out, I was kicked out of my house. My ex-wife took my children. She took my job. She took my business, my cars, my money, and said that I was a danger to my family with no evidence. There are so many people that are having this exact same problem because they're different. People feel like when you transition from male to female or female to male, that you're killing their loved one. And that's completely wrong. The fact of the matter is, we're not doing anything to hurt anyone. We are bettering the family. We are improving the lives of ourselves and those around us, because everyone around us benefits from what we do. I feel like there are so many children out there that when they're kicked out of the house, they have nowhere to turn but drugs and alcohol and depression and anger and frustration, and eventually that could lead to suicide. It often does lead to suicide. The rates of suicide in our country are skyrocketing, and we want to stop that, or at least try to help stop that. We want to let the people know, not only whether it be a conservative or a liberal community, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that we are trying to save lives. And if you truly love someone, isn't that exactly what you want to do?
I would think so. And I think a lot of folks listening and watching us would think so as well. So very important. So your organization is here, and so you are open to folks reaching out if they need help or resources to find out maybe where they can turn. I mean, coming out is a big decision for many people, and so it's a big step.
It definitely,
especially if you're a younger person, right? Still living at home.
It is. It's a huge step. And I just want to say we just filed our incorporation last month, and we're waiting on the state. And I was told that we should have everything finalized in the middle of July. And we're not up and operating as of yet. However, we are getting out in the community. We're supporting.
Well, you're on the radio, so you're getting out there. Yeah,
obviously.
I hope you wanted someone to hear you, because we're kind of letting everybody know you guys are out there.
But we want people to know in our community, especially those that are struggling, that they can still reach out. I can share my experience. Kira can share her experience, and our third co-founder, he can share his experience. He is a straight ally, and so his sister has some lesbian tendencies and has had experience in that manner. But I have the availability to direct those people that are struggling at this time to different organizations. I have resources throughout the state available and ready to assist us in getting our youth and our trans community and our two-spirited community to know that they're not alone, to know that there are resources, whether it be mental health, suicide awareness, suicide prevention, substance abuse. I think that's very important. I'm in recovery myself, and so recovery is a huge aspect in my life, and because I didn't have an outlet when I was younger, I turned to drugs and alcohol, and I was
it's been a struggle maybe sometimes.
It has, and in this community there is no support for LGBTQ addicts or alcoholics, and there is now.
I was going to say, until now.
There
until
is now.
And that's important.
So,
well, good for you, and congratulations. And continued the sobriety to you and the work that you both are doing. We just have a few minutes remaining this morning, and so I want to end on a positive note as well, because you have some events that are coming up that you'll be a part of, some celebrations. As I mentioned, it is Pride Month, and so I think it's important that folks realize that our community involves everybody in our community, and so they are here. And there's an event here at the college I know that the college is doing later on this week, but you folks are doing one as well. So talk to me a little bit about that in the minutes we have remaining.
Okay. In collaboration with Panic Spectrum, we will have a table at San Juan College Pride Fest. That is happening this Friday on the 17th. The meet and greet starts at 6:30, and the drag show starts about 7 and goes on to about 9:30. Come on out. Get to know what Sasha's Rainbow of Hope is all about. Go ahead and meet us. It's a space for everyone. It's for all ages. If you're struggling or don't know gender identity, you're struggling with that, or who to talk to, come on out and do that.
Or you just want to learn. You just
Right.
want more information. The kindest thing that you can do is ask a person their pronouns. I know it seems kind of odd, but if you see someone that looks a little different, just say, hey, what are your pronouns? And respect that.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to maybe at least get an understanding underway from the beginning, right? To ask that question
Exactly.
when you meet someone new.
Yes, absolutely. And then on the 18th, in collaboration with Panic Spectrum, we have a Pride Block Party that is downtown West Main at Inspired Moments. And so come on out, support your family members, your loved ones. Come on out. If you're gay, lesbian, transgender, straight, it doesn't matter who you are accepted, you are loved, and we are here.
Good to know. Very good. Thank you both for coming in this morning. Thank you for the work that you are doing for those in our community. And again, I think it's really important that we recognize everyone in the community and celebrate everybody. And this month is no exception. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. My guest this morning from Sasha's Rainbow of Hope Coalition with me here on KSJE. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week.
Hello again, this is M&Chi bringing week 2 for coaching tips for the radio. For week 2, we got time management. Within time management, we can create a study plan at the beginning of the semester based on your course syllabus. Ideally, you should study a little bit every day throughout the week. Even just 20 minutes a day can make a huge difference. So you don't wind up cramming and stressing out right before the big exam. Don't forget to look for the big picture. Review your syllabus for each class and set due dates on the calendar for tests and big assignments. This assures you have plenty of time to study for tests or complete those larger assignments.
The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College.